Good morning, Virgo. Welcome. This is Monday, November 3rd, and I'm Kat. This is Tarot with Kat. Welcome back to my relatively new YouTube channel. Welcome. I'm here every Monday doing readings for all the fire and earth signs, and every Wednesday I do readings for all the air and water signs. I would really love to be able to open up a members section and offer even extended readings. However, I need to reach 500 subscribers. So if you haven't done so yet, I want to take a minute and ask you to hit that subscribe button. Costs nothing. And for the first 500 viewers who subscribe to my channel, you will get a free membership to Tarot with Kat. So all of these extra things that I'm going to be offering will come to you absolutely free. So please do take a minute to hit that button, please. So astrologically, we've got always a lot going on. All the earth signs are going to benefit from the raw energy of the fire signs this week that we're feeling. But for you earth signs, your strength is going to lie in grounding, planning, and structure. Okay? So Mars in Leo is going to ignite a fire around you. And your job is to channel that fire into systems, resources, and long-term foundations. You can expect issues around home, finances, or productivity this week. Use this week to lay down or refine your foundation is what you should be doing. For you, Virgo, details matter, okay? But don't get lost in perfection. Use this week to build practical steps, all right? Now let's see what the tarot has to say for you, Virgo. This is the reading for Virgo for the week of November 3rd through the 10th. And I'm using the Centennial Smith weight deck. If you click more underneath this video and open up the full description box, you'll find links to the decks I use, a link to buy me a cup of coffee if you really enjoy this reading and want to support me and support this channel. And then as well as some biblical connections to each of my tarot readings that I've started doing for some of my friends and family who've asked for it. I've been explaining to them how it's all source energy, whether you call it God, light, source. It's similar energy runs through it, and so all of my readings can be connected to biblical scriptures as well. So you are coming up this week, Virgo, with the Death card. You are being crossed in your as an obstacle, challenge, or awareness. Wow, by the Wheel of Fortune. Down here in your subconscious tool shed. Wow, look at all these major arcana. You've got the Star. Holy cow, Virgo. All right, stepping out of your immediate past, we've got a 7 of Pentacles. Crowning you in your ideal, another major arcana, the Chariot. Stepping into your immediate future, another major arcana, the Lovers. It's 6, you got 7 in your crown. Wow. And a 7 over here with your Pentacles, okay? Down here, you in your environment this week are feeling the King of Pentacles. You've got some great thing you're working on, Virgo. You got some wonderful financial venture that you're working on making happen. Your environment itself is giving you the 3 of Pentacles. Your hopes and fears is this wand, this Page of Wands in your hopes and fears section. And potential final outcome, Tower. Wow. Lots of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana, and then mostly Pentacles except for 1 wand in your hopes and fears section. Huh. Interesting. Wow. What a spread, Virgo, for this week. Okay, we're going to take my holographic Rider-Waite deck here, and we're going to shuffle this up and pull one more card, which will be a clarification or a confirmation card for us of this reading. Whoop. I don't feel it yet. And we'll keep it hidden until the end of the reading. If at any point your intuition is telling you, there it is, you think you might know what that card is, drop it in the comments section below. All right, let's get into this, Virgo. Wow, wow, what a spread. So you are coming up as being represented by the Death card this week. So I will link at the end of this video, the video I made for October, since it was the month of Halloween. I made a video about the scariest cards in the tarot. So if you haven't checked it out yet in October, you should check it out. It's all the cards, including death. Initially, death and the Tower. You've got a couple of the scary ones that I used to be afraid of when I was a young tarot reader and I was doing readings for people, and these cards would come up and I didn't like them because they were scary and I didn't want to have to explain them. So, but what you will come to realize, I do hope you'll watch that video, because there are no scary cards in the tarot, number one. And it will help you, I think, get through these periods in everyone's life where we go through these moments and have to experience these things. So you're coming up as the death card. And death, this rarely means an actual death, an actual physical death. What the death card generally means is a dying away of the old so that you can step into the new. And it's all in how you look at it. If you look at this card, he's got these different people who are looking at death differently. So you've got the old man prostrate on the ground. You've got the woman who's lamenting. You've got the priest who's pleading. You've got the child who's kind of curious, you know. And they're all looking at death differently. So when something dies, and not necessarily a person, but something in your life has died away, it's really what will affect how you get through it and where you land on the other side of it is going to depend on your outlook and the way you decide to look at it. And that's the important message from the death card. It's also really important. It's so not a dark card. There's so much love and light in this card. The horse is white for purity. There's all this water flowing in the background. He's marching off between two gates into a sunrise, like a brand new, beautiful day, brand new potential. So I actually find the death card to be quite an encouraging and beautiful card. That means you're stepping into something brand new and you're letting go of things you need to let go of, Virgo. So that's awesome. You're being crossed by your challenge, obstacle, awareness by the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel will spin. It's the only thing constant in life is change. So you're experiencing a lot of change, and it's a challenge because you're wondering where you're going to land, how it's going to turn out. You don't know. It's a spin of the wheel. And so it's a beautiful, it's another beautiful card to get, you know, the 10th Major Arcana. Halfway through our cycle, halfway through our fool's journey, and then you spin the wheel and everything changes and you've got to, you know, deal with new things. And it's all about how you deal with change, which changes are things you could bring about, but it's also stuff that happens to you without your control. And so important to be able to learn how to get through that. You, as part of your self-conscious that you're bringing with you, is this beautiful star, Major Arcana, which is hopes, dreams, faith, having faith in something, even though maybe you don't know, even though it's not quite there yet, you still have faith that it will happen. I always say make a wish, because when this shows up, your wishes are being granted. So I feel like you're in your life, you're having wishes granted, and you also have a lot of faith in you to bring to that. So that's a beautiful thing to have down in your subconscious tool shed. In your immediate past, so we're talking end of October, very first days of November, you are stepping out of a 7 of Pentacles situation. So this is a card of pressing on, and you've also got a 7 in your crown, okay? So you've been dealing with the 7 of Pentacles, and you got a 7 in your crown. The 7s are cards of pressing on, pressing forward, continuing progress, continuing the progress. So 7 of Pentacles, he's very satisfied. You're starting to see fruits, and they're growing, and they're like, okay, this is good. Now what? What do I add more to create more? And so I think you've been recently really focused on that, because here in your crown is the Chariot, the 7th Major Arcana, and that's all about taking the figurative reins, because he doesn't have any actual reins in his hands. He's pressing forward by balancing everything out in life, the dark and the light. You'll notice that you've got one dark sphinx, light sphinx, the sun, the moon. So you're balancing your logic and your emotions and your, all these things that you're having to kind of keep in balance in order to press forward. I think in order to grow these pentacles is what's on your mind. And so, yeah, that's your ideal. It's just keeping that balance and keep moving forward. Don't lose momentum. You're going to step into, in the immediate future, so right around the 10th of November, sometime, this beautiful 6th Major Arcana, the Lovers. So sixes are everything coming back into balance again. And Lovers is all about connection, making connections with people, not necessarily a romantic relationship, although it could be. It is the Lovers. It's passion. You got that volcano in the center, which is all about passion. So I feel like you're going to be following your passion and meeting new people that you're going to forge these really great relationships with, that are going to help you in pressing forward and in following your passions in your immediate future. That's beautiful. You're feeling like the King of Pentacles this week. So you're going to feel like you've got this. You've got this under control, your health, wealth, finances, and you're in charge, and you're doing it, and you're making it happen, is how you're feeling. However, your environment is giving you this Three of Pentacles, which is the apprenticeship card. This is the card of having to learn, maybe go back to school, having to do things in order to create that abundance that you want. So perhaps in your environment, you're needing to do things, even though you feel like the King of Pentacles, there's still things that you're needing to learn. Perhaps you're finding, okay, I want to take my business online, but now there's these things I need to learn about. I need to learn more about video editing, or, how to use my AI, or whatever it is what your environment is handing you. Okay. So your hopes and fears section has this Page of Wands. So wands are passion, and pages are often messengers. It could be a person in your life that's a younger person that is a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, perhaps. Perhaps you have a younger person in your life, and you have a fear about that, around that, for whatever reason. That's a possibility. But pages are also messengers delivering messages, and because he's a Page of Wands, it would be a message about travel or following your passions or something. And so maybe you're hoping for that. Maybe that's a hoping for some sort of message around following your passion or traveling or something along those lines. Your potential final outcome is the Tower, which is another scary dark card. I do hope you watch that video that I made, the scariest cards in the tarot, to gain a greater understanding. But the Tower card is about a crumbling away of old foundations. So when you find out things that you never realized before, it can just shatter your old beliefs. That's the Tower. But that's also good, because you also, when you're working towards something bigger, better, you often realize that things you couldn't see before that are lacking in the way you used to believe or what you used to do. And so you have to be willing to let that tower come crashing down in order to build a nicer tower, a better tower for yourself. So I prefer not to think of the tower as this scary thing that we don't have any control over, that's happening to us, which it is, but it's a great thing because it makes space and room for rebuilding something so much better. Maybe this one is going to be earthquake proof. Who knows? So that's the Tower card, is your potential final outcome this week. So I wonder what our clarification or confirmation would be. We've got several that were just clear-cut confirmation, like it comes up as the same cards, but could be more clarification around the Tower, or you having to apprentice, or you having to balance things out. Let's find out what it is. It is an Ace of Swords. It's truth. That's truth coming through. So honestly, I feel like this must go with this Tower card. I feel like you're going to be some big truth is going to come to you, and it's going to kind of shatter your world, a little bit, maybe. But that's okay. I would start, you know, picking out your new wallpaper for your new tower now. So don't take that as a bad thing. You have the strength to get through this. What an amazing spread. All right, Virgo. Good on you. I hope to see you back next week. Thank you for visiting. Once again, I'm Kat. If you didn't do it yet, hit that subscribe button. I would love to sit here and extend this read and get clarification on all these cards. And if you're one of the first 500 subscribers, you'll get access to all of those other readings and everything absolutely free. So thank you so much for being here. See you next week.